Insert Commando here. I wanted to talk real briefly about the SR9c by Ruger. This was my first firearm that I chose, so I just wanted to talk a minute about why I chose it, for if somebody else happens to be in the position I was in about a year and a half ago, looking to get into firearms for the first time and looking for a good all-around carry gun, home defense gun. I'm just going to explain why I chose it and some of the features that I really liked about it. As you'll see here, I have two different firearms. This one happens to belong to my dad, and this one's mine. Before I go any further, I'll go ahead and safety check it. There's the chamber is empty and magazine well empty. Same thing here. Chamber is empty and the mag well empty. So the basic difference, as you can see right off the bat here, is the fact that I've got the stainless finish on mine, and he went with the black. I don't know if it's a anodized finish or whatever it is, but the black finish. That's the only difference between the two. Other than that, they're identical guns. Ruger also makes this in a SR40, in a 40 caliber, the SR40c, and it looks identical to these two right here. The other difference that you'll see that I'll point out real quick on his is he put the LaserLyte rear sight laser on it, which is a pretty nice low profile sight, good for somebody that maybe already has a holster or they don't want the holster to interfere with the system they're using. So that sight works out pretty well. It has, if I can get it lined up in the camera here, you can see kind of what that sight picture would look like there. It doesn't really get in the way of it at all, and still gives a pretty nice sight picture, as opposed to the sight picture on this one is the 3-dot. So you can kind of see the difference. The rear sights are adjustable for elevation. Some of the features that I liked about it are, because this gun was my primary gun for home defense as well as carry, I liked some of the safety features on it. One of those being the trigger safety. I like this extra tang on the trigger because you don't even have to think about it. It just, as you go to pull the trigger, it comes back and you pull the trigger, and it gets out of the way. Another feature is it has the manual safety, ambidextrous, and that's a feature that I liked because I want something with a manual safety, because this is a firearm I'm going to be using for training for my kids and my wife as well. Also back here there's a striker indicator which will move in and out, and I'll show that in a little bit as I pull the trigger on how that works. When you buy the Ruger, it comes with, in the states that allow it, it comes with a 17-round magazine with an extension to bring the grip out to a full-size grip, just like the SR9, and it holds 17 rounds. It also comes with a 10-round magazine with the flat plate bottom, which works fairly well for my hands because I don't have very big hands, so they fit on there pretty well, and it just makes it a little bit smaller for concealability. Again, that's 10 rounds. But it also comes with the optional finger plate for the on the bottom there, to give that extra for somebody that has a little bit bigger hands, or if you just like the comfort and the feel of that a little bit better. As you can see, my hands don't go all the way down to the bottom of it. So what I did is I made a little compromise between the two on mine, and I took and shaved it down just a little bit to where it fits my hand. So now when I go on there, I can get a pretty full grip. Just gives me that little bit extra right here that I don't have with the flat plate, but at the same time it keeps it a little bit lower profile. So let me show what that looks like together, if I can get them lined up here on the camera. That should be about like that. So if I can get them lined up there, you can kind of see what that looks like. Not very much that I took off, but just enough to make it a little bit easier when I'm carrying it concealed. So those are some nice options there. Another nice option, a thing that Ruger gives, is this tool for helping load the magazines. It's kind of a nice feature. Basically, take and put a round in the magazine, slip that on there. Most of you have probably seen these. Slide it down, slide the new round in, push down, slide the new round in. So very nice and easy to load. A little bit tough on the fingers. Some people are really good at it, but I choose not to go there. If I can use leverage, I'm going to use leverage. These are some dummy rounds, as you can see. So what I want to do is load that up and cycle it to show another feature that I really liked when I saw this one, and that is the loaded chamber indicator right here. I like it again because it's both visual and tactile, so you can see it's very clear when there's a loaded chamber, and you can also feel it. So if you're in a dark situation, you can just feel it and know that, okay, that chamber is loaded, it's ready to go. And then the safety, like I said, is ambidextrous. Okay, so now when we fire it, there's also on the back here a striker indicator. So as I pull the trigger back, I don't know if we can see it in the video, we'll find out. It slowly comes back and then it pops in there. So let's see if I can do that a little different here. You might be able to see it at an angle here. So I'm pulling the trigger. Actually, you can see it start to pull back, and then it pops in. So those are just some of the features that it has that I really liked. And like I say, I'm using it for training for my kids and my wife as well. So I felt it was a good all-around first gun for the money. And it was about, I got it a little over a year ago for about $4 1/4, I think, and they're pretty close to that price now. So anyway, I thank you for watching, and please leave any comments or questions that you may have.